I am 24 years old, and I'm totally about to review Diary of a Wimpy Kid by Jeff Kinney. Welcome back to Johnny Reads. When I first started this channel, the main purpose was for me to work my way through the Amazon 100 books to read in a lifetime list and to review each book as I got through them. Well, I've been pretty slow going through them in the last couple years since I started reading them. But I just finished one for the first time in a little while. The book is The Diary of a Wimpy Kid by Jeff Kinney. Now, let me first tell you that this year I've actually read more young adult than I think I ever have. I think this is like my fourth book out of the 5 that I've read this year so far, which 4 books probably doesn't seem like that many, but I typically do not read young adult. I just haven't been interested in it, but this year, I've changed it up a little bit, and I've happened to be reading young adult. So let me just get to the book. First off, this was the quickest that I've ever got through any like regular chapter book ever by a long shot. As you know, as I'm sure you're aware, if you've either read these in the past or you have like a niece or nephew or someone who reads them and enjoys them, the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, they have cartoons throughout. It's not quite like on the scale of like a graphic novel or anything like that, but there's a lot of them. And the thing with these is, I didn't realize it was like that. And the book, it's like a little bit over 200 pages, about like 217 I think. And it took me like 90 minutes to get through it. There's so many cartoons. And for those of you who don't know, I've read like some young adult titles in the past. Like, for instance, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which I still, to this day, think was probably the worst book that I've gotten all the way through. And I'm not exaggerating at all. So you have to know that before you hear what I have to say about Diary of a Wimpy Kid. First, I thought the book was absolutely hilarious. And this is coming from a 24-year-old who usually reads like murder mysteries, crime stuff, detective stuff. But I was laughing out loud throughout the book. Throughout the book. It's written, obviously, in the form of a journal, because he doesn't want to call it a diary. Greg is his name. And he takes you basically through a year of school. And he just goes through all these little different things. He's a crossing guard for the school. He becomes a cartoonist in the paper, but then quits when his first cartoon is dramatically altered. He takes you through Halloween and Christmas and all these. I mean, it's just like a regular school year, and he just takes you through them. And he's in middle school, and it is laugh out loud funny. I mean, it really surprised me. It really did. It didn't surprise me that it was on the list when I was looking at it, because I know that it's immensely popular today, and it has been for probably almost a decade now. But it did surprise me. It surprised me at how great it was. It surprised me at how the format really, really gets you, and you're excited to see what's going on next, because Greg is so funny. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, it's on a list, the Amazon 100 books to read in a lifetime list, that if you don't know, it is full of classic literature. It really holds its own. I'm not saying that it's a comparison to classical literature that is beloved and has been read and read and read for decades, but this was really, really good. I mean, it was a really, really great read. And it was so quick. So that's all I have for you today. I just read my most recent book from the Amazon 100 books to read in a lifetime list. If you're not familiar with it, I will link to it in the description so you can take a glance at it if you want to get started in a little challenge or something. I wanted to ask you, have you read Diary of a Wimpy Kid? Any of the books? What did you think of them? How old were you when you read them? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time.